Hi everyone, it's Katherine, and Happy New Year. Happy 2018 to you and your family and everyone you love, and your entire communities too. So I just wanted to give you a quick update and a sort of wish for your 2018 as we go into the new year. So let's just start it off, shall we? So they are both Tiberius and Tasmanian are apparently having their crazy times now. I think they love it when I tape. I think they really do. Why am I saying that? You guys know that. You guys know that. It's just been a while since I've taped, and I forgot that. You guys know it. It's like you guys watch me all the time. So you guys are like, duh. Okay, so, all right. So anyway, so I just wanted to give you, first of all, a quick update on my procedure. So I'm still healing up from the procedure that I had back on December 16th. And it was kind of funny because basically the way it works, and it sounds funny that I didn't know how big of a basically healing procedure, basically how long it would take to heal up. But if you think about it, you have to take into consideration how long basically an injection takes. So if you are an athlete who gets their knee injection, that you know how long it takes for for your knee to bounce back from a knee injection. How long does it take for that to kind of bounce back? And for me, I have to get a knee injection. And because my meniscus root is completely torn off. It's kind of funny because this December, while I've been healing up, I have watched a lot and I've seen a lot and I've researched a lot. I finally realized, like, what did I do with these 7 years of being injured? I basically went back to school. Like, I didn't sit there. Maybe I watched movies, but I watched specific movies. Like, I was like, okay, like, what did I miss? Like in film school, like what didn't I, like, what, let's go. Brrr, like, I did. I literally was like, what don't I know? And let me make sure that I've seen it all. Like, that's what I did. And then not only that, did I make sure I went through and made sure I saw every BBC Panorama thing and every investigative journalist thing. And then I went through the CBC Fifth Estate. Like, if there's an investigative journalist piece, I've seen that. And then I went through the next thing to learn. And I'm like, I think I just went back to school in the last 7 years. That's all I did, because I loved school. I did, and I don't think someone should be ashamed about that. So we're a society that makes researching really, really easy. We just don't know to call it research. Like, if you love digging into things, like, that's researching. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. So anyway, so basically it's when I do a knee injection, it takes about 3 days to bounce back. Oh, what I was saying before, when I did all that researching in the last few weeks, I started noticing that the people who had nerve damage that I did, like the extent of injuries that I did, the people with the same injuries and the same nerve damage, I started noticing, like, the people with the exact same chart that I did were all Olympic athletes. And I was like, oh, and I was like, right. It made me feel a lot less alone. Like, it made me feel a lot less alone, because I did push my body really, really hard. Like, I really worked my body hard. I really, really did push it hard. Like, in the day I was working it hard, at night I was working it hard. I really did not, as an athlete, like, I did the hardest dance sport there was. Like, dance sport is difficult, but I did the hardest dance there was on the planet to do, and that's the one that I decided to emphasize in, of course. So yeah, it did terrible things to my body, and I loved it, and I would do it again. So it makes sense that I busted things and broke things, and needless to say, and mostly I was just happy to find out that, like, things that I thought were little things, like, I was just like, oh, great, this just tore off, or, oh, this, they would do, like, big documentary stories on these injuries. And be like, this is what it took to be an Olympian. And I was like, oh, that's not a small thing. And, like, these people can no longer lift their arms from the nerve damage or their legs from the, and I'm like, oh, like, it just was really, really, I was like, there are stories out there like mine, and it just, for me, it was a relief. It just was really a relief to hear that there are other people out there like me. That was just such a relief. And a lot of them are really hesitant to get surgeries. And I also found out people who did. Okay, I'm getting off subject. Okay, so my recovery, basically, so my knee takes about 3 days to bounce back, but my SI joint, when I did an injection, it would take a full week for me to bounce back. So it makes sense that when I did this procedure, which is much more invasive, which is not a surgery at all, but it is like a laser procedure, a radio frequency procedure. It's a miracle procedure. Like, it's a miracle procedure, hands down. I wish I learned a lot about insurance companies, and I just learned so much this last few weeks that I will be sharing with you, and that's part of what I want to talk to you about a little bit. So basically, it's more invasive, and therefore it will be longer. And it's much more up and down. Like, it's much more, it's a lot more bruising and everything like that. So it's much more dramatic for me, and everyone's bodies are different. Like, everyone's are going to be different. That's why I say, take how you handle this and then apply it across the board, and just take it that way. So as I'm adjusting and, going through it, I'm also still working the other job that I have with. I didn't really take that into consideration. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have all this time off in December, and I'm going to use that time to finish up Katherine Consulting. And that's not the way it worked out. On top of that, I got an amazing gift, which is a number of my friends, including my husband, gave me the amazing gift of, I guess they looked up the procedure and they knew what was coming. Like, I don't. Like, I make a very specific point of not Googling things. I told you that I believe in a previous video. And when I was talking about the procedure, when I did 3 videos on the procedure. If you haven't seen them, check them out. They're just the earlier videos on my channel. I'll link them down below. It is, I don't look it up. I make a point of not, I learned in the 7 years before, I'm like all for it, you know, like, look up your symptoms. I was a WebMD kind of girl and stuff, like, empower yourself. But when you get into my thing, like, you can look up your symptoms when they're as bad as mine are. You can find, you'll just think you have leukemia all the time. I mean, you're never going to know, and you're too in it. You're just, I had too much pain. You're too in it all the time. You're too close to it, basically. And you need someone outside of it. You really need an advocate that's outside of it. You need a nurse, or you need somebody else outside of it to be looking into it. You shouldn't be on there trying to diagnose yourself when you're chronically ill. It's not healthy. It's not safe, in my personal opinion. I don't think the doctors, I no longer believe the doctors are the best anymore. You need someone outside, because the doctors are not incentivized to be, well, that's what I'll be talking to you about. I don't think the doctors are knowingly doing it. I just don't think if you, I just think it's good to have an advocate, I mean, you watch Dr. Phil show enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to also have a third-party advocate. Somebody, you know, a second pair of ears is better than just you and the doctor in that room. hear and to listen and to also give feedback on what's going on with you. It really, really helps. It really, really does. Take notes. And like, I forget to ask questions, or I feel like I'm so tired by the time I get to the doctor's office. I'm always like, when we're in the doctor's office, I'm always like, okay, Nick, let's get out of here. Because the doctors always want to rush the appointment. The doctors are always, always, always rushing to get you out of there. Always. Even though like every minute in that appointment is so like dead on necessary for us. Like, but the moment they get in there, they're kicking their butts to get out. Like the moment they get in there, they're like, come on, come on. They need to get to their next patient, right? And so I feel that pressure. Like I'm a woman. And so women are very, very sensitive to that pressure. And because of my abuse growing up, and because I'm so tired, I'm just like, well, we need to get out of here. You know, like, let's not just be grateful for the time they've given us. Like, okay, they've given us some time. Let's get out of here. Like, they've given us some good feedback. Let's get out of here. And I'm almost kind of like pulling on him, being like, let's get out of here, honey. We've taken up so much of their time. And he doesn't do that at all. Like, he just doesn't. He's like, these are what we need to get done. And he has done some breakthrough things with the last questions. Like he asked something, I remember the most recent thing he did. The last minute, the doctors were out the door. He asked some questions. They'll be out the door, like trying to get out the door, and he'll still be asking questions on their way out the door. And I remember these doctors were on the way out the door about my knee. And he asked a question as they were on their way out the door. And I was kind of like, what are you doing, honey? And he said something, he asked a very specific question. And the doctor actually said, well, no, you won't need the surgery at all now. And we had thought I was up for knee surgery. Like the knee surgery, I would absolutely have to have knee surgery. Like we always thought knee surgery was an absolute necessity. And it was going to be a horrible invasive knee surgery, putting a rod through my leg and the whole 9 yards. And apparently the doctor had figured out that like I had done all this stuff, like not just losing the weight, but he apparently thought that he didn't tell me that. He told me it would be good to lose weight and get this low. He didn't say, but if you get this low, you'll get out of surgery zone at all. He never told me that. He just didn't believe that I'd ever lose that much weight. Well, we did. We got that low. And when we did, he didn't say, well, you'll never need surgery. That's only because my husband actually said, so when will we need surgery? When will the actually surgery need to be taken? And he said, no. Like, no, it'll never take place. Like, stay like this and it'll never take place. And we were both like, what? Like, he never said that to us. We had gone from needing an absolute necessity, like surgery, to it'll never take place. And he didn't even say that to us. But he had figured that out, but we didn't. And we were like, that's even in the cards. And it turned out that, like, yeah, that was in the cards if we just lost that much weight. But they just didn't think that anyone would ever lose that much weight. And I was like, well, we did. So they just told us lose this much weight to get to a surgery place. Like, get down this much so you can actually get to surgery. And I was like, well, I wish you told us, which made us feel like it makes you not want to lose the weight. Because I'm like, why would I want to lose weight in order to get this horrible surgery? But if he had said, like, but if you lose this much weight, you'll never need surgery. Like, you will never need surgery. To return your knee to absolute health past surgery, get to this weight. I mean, does you see the difference in sound? Like, of like, you will not only get your knee better, but you will get yourself out of surgery range. To me, that sounds like a very different thing than lose weight so we can do surgery and put a rod through your leg. I don't know. It was just a really different... But where you are now, like, we'll just keep doing injections. Which one sounds good to you? I think keep doing injections sounds good to you. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, we already were, like, we take doctor's orders and we were already, like, saving up the money to lose. We didn't know how to lose at the time and everything like that. So, but we finally, someone gave us, like, our doctor gave us the ketogenic diet, that blah, blah, blah. The protein. I'm moving on. So anyway, so what I wanted to tell you was, as you can tell by this absolute mush that I have just delivered to you in 15 minutes. What I wanted to tell you was that because this recovery is so all over the place, it has been a very difficult recovery. Oh, what the people did. Oh, God, this is just such a mush. I'm so sorry, though I know you love it, right? You love it. The gift that my friends gave me, they looked up the surgery, or not the surgery, the procedure. They saw how crazy it was, and they, a number of them actually took a week off, took the last week of December off, and they just made that last week of December like it just changed the whole game. And they made sure to some just came by, but mostly because of the weather and things like that, it was really hard to try. But the thing is that we were able to just talk and watch movies nonstop. It was just really, really good, you guys. But mostly, my husband didn't tell me, but he took the whole week off, and that was it, you guys. That was it. That helped so much. Oh, God, that helped. Anyway, but in doing so, they were just whatever you want to watch. And so, but what happened is that then every time I watched something and I had questions or it brought up a social issue or political issues, it gave me the ability to be well, tell me about this or tell me about this. And so and it just gave me a wealth of information that more so than on a normal basis, you know what I mean? And so I am just inundated with information right now that I need to just sort for a while. I need to continue healing. Also, the pain of this healing is just making me moody. As you can see, it's making me unpredictable mood-wise and also just the information and just everything. I'm not in a position right now, basically, until I am done healing, until this roller coaster of healing is done. I'm not in a position to be let me make a nice little plan of videos for you and be daily, giving you excellent content every single week, 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not in a position to do that. What I am in a position to do is I'm thinking that I do have numerous videos from over, I have Christmas videos from Taz and of Lila, some amazing videos of Taz and Lila, and some of those the snow globe video, and then some amazing vlog videos that I never actually got to. I have quite a few videos actually that I videotaped and just never had the ability to post. I just have kind of just this myriad of videos that I felt never really fit in just to the flow of what I was doing at the time. So I just have this ton, this kind of wealth, this little mine of videos from last season that they're good videos. There's the a day in life, a sick day, where you see what it's like on a bad day, what a bad day is like for a chronically ill person, what a real bad day is the behind the curtain, what it's like to actually, chronically ill. We don't get to shower like you guys do. I get to do a get ready with me, for us, what it's like for us, a real get ready with me. I have the kitty videos. I have, some of those Lila played Elf. I just have a whole bunch of videos. I also have some SI videos, when I went to shop for a, there is a machine that I'm going to be using for physical therapy, and I went to go shop for it, and the guy that was actually selling it, he he actually was describing the pain he was having. And as he went through it, it turned out his was SI joint pain as well. And he was like, yeah, no pill touches it. And I was just like, if the kid in the store that's 21 years old is having it and his chiropractor isn't diagnosing it and his doctor isn't diagnosing it, like, we've got a problem. Like, he's this young guy that we've got a problem. Like, that's a big problem. We've got a major underdiagnosed problem right here. So, and it felt so good that, like, my one day out in the real world meeting people that are, you know, real life flesh and blood people, like, I got to, like, reach out and touch someone that I didn't know before, like a real live human that wasn't the UPS guy, and it was someone who suffered from SI pain, and I got to actually change their life, you know what I mean? Like, that was meant to be. So I got in the car and I, like, vlogged about it right away. Like, I have videos like that I haven't shared with you yet. And also, like, my weight loss, I have a vlog about that. So I have numerous videos that I haven't shared with you yet that I think that's what I'll be releasing instead. And then I can definitely, I think I can do insider movies because that doesn't require, like that I can, movies are easy. Like, that's easy. Like, I can sit down and be like, we're watching these. But going into like giving you full detail, like, I've been thinking, like, do I talk about Weintraub? Do I talk about this? Talking about issues I'm not going to be able to do. Can I give you movies? That I can do, like, the basics of giving you movies, like, that I can do. Like, I think I'm going to be able to do that this Friday and be able to give you at least good movies to watch that I can do. Like, I already, like, we were watching some movies earlier in December, and I was like, this is what we're going to start the new year with. This is what because this is inspiring me. This is inspiring me in my new year. And I was like, this is what we're starting with. And so that definitely got me going. And I was like, we're doing this. And I saw where we were going. And so I'm excited to give it to you. So that I can do. That I think I can do. And then in the meantime, we'll be doing that. But as far as, like, me during my procedure and healing, I don't think it's smart. I don't think it's smart, you guys. And if it's not constant, like, on a time schedule, it's my health, you guys. I'm not a normal person. I'm not a beauty guru. I'm not healthy. I don't have a team of people behind me. You guys know that. That's not my life. Oh, God, it's not my life. So I need to go lay down now. It's screaming. My back is screaming, and I'm tired. But I was able to sit up for this, which is a big deal. It's a really big deal that I was able to sit up for this today. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I'm really hoping I can get this uploaded in time because the internet's been crazy since the weather's been bad. But I think we can get it done. And I love you guys. And I really hope you had a great new year. I know the weather's been crazy. And I haven't been able to be online, but I've started posting it. I've started posting some of the resources again. And, but I've been hesitant to post a lot just because I don't want my up and down roller coaster to affect you guys. I really don't. I really don't want my pain to come out on you guys. So that's the only reason I've been holding back, is because I do not want the pain of my procedure to affect, you know, you and your holidays. I just want, the good of what I've learned. I want the benefit of that to come out on you. So for you and your new year, like, for what I have to say for you and your new year, I'm just like, all I would say to my YouTube community is this, is that this is what I'll say, is that if you have a YouTuber that is your favorite, I want you to just start noticing this. How many of, just start clocking it. Like, I want you to write down how many of their tweets and posts, every post is related to something, or how many make you feel like reaching for, how many are related to money, like how many are related to something that's money. Like, I saw people tweeting about, like, oh, it seemed like somebody was tweeting about, like, oh, I never thought this, it seemed to be like, it didn't seem to be a product related thing, right? Like, oh, I never thought I'd be into this, but now I'm into this. But I was like, oh, it makes me want to reach into my wallet and go invest in this industry now. And I was just like, you know, none of my friends' tweets make me want to reach for my wallet. And I was like, that's how you know if someone is a paid sponsor or not. Even if they don't have a name on it, that's how Instagram people make their money, is they just do a picture of chicken nuggets. They don't have to have a name. People will pay them to not say the name because that's how they make their money. I would just say, if it even when it's negative press. So I just want to inspire you to be a smart shopper this year and to keep your money in your wallet. And the reason I encourage you to do that is not to go after anyone else, but because your money in your wallet makes you more powerful in the future. In the long run, you are the more powerful person. I mean, more money in your wallet makes you more fetch, I guess is the word. So, but the bottom line is that money out of your wallet is not what makes you powerful. Money in your wallet is what makes you powerful. I mean, that really is it. And the people you can tell who money in your wallet is what makes you powerful. And further on down the line, it's going to matter. And I'll talk to you more about that further on down the line. So the very first start of that, my very first thing to you is just notice, like, I'm not saying like notice like product names or mentions or anything like that. I just mean on its face, does it make you think of buying? Like just retail, period. Does it make you think of retail industry? How many of their tweets make you feel like, make you think of the retail industry, period? Like make you feel like engage. How many of them make you feel like engaging the retail industry? Like even out of curiosity, even if they say they hate the product, does it make you feel like buying the product out of curiosity? Like that is a tactic too. So start paying attention to that. It can help you figure out if people are sponsored or not. So that's something to really pay attention to because they're getting sneakier and sneakier. So I'm going to try and help with that a little bit more and give you some more, oh boy, there's so much I want to tell you, but it will come. It will come. I just need to get better. So I love you guys. I'm so glad. Thank you for all, like, thank you so much for your good wishes. Wow, can you see that? I better go. But needless to say, all of your help, like all of your gifts and all of your coffees got me to sit up. Like it really did. It got me to sit up so far. So, but now I'm kind of sliding back down. And so I better get off. So thank you so much. And if you had not been so supportive, I would probably, no, I know I would not have made this video. Like I would not have made this video at all had you not been so supportive. I would have just waited till I was healthy enough to start making videos again. But I was like, I don't know, I kind of feel like you guys are family now. God, I'm just leaning back now. I better go. You guys who have supported me would not want me to be holding myself up. You're like, get off the freaking camera already. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support and for buying me a coffee. And have an amazing, amazing new year. Have an amazing 2018. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Got to give it the 20 seconds because I'm not healthy enough to actually add the end time on here. So subscribe and then watch a video. Thanks, guys.